Hey guys, welcome back, y'all. Whoa, do we have some things to talk about today? We are here to do our video, do our check-in for our collaboration with Health and More in 2024. But, y'all, I'm going to consistently sound like a broken record. We have had so many things going on this week that I'm behind on everything. And you guys have heard me say this for a while now. I just cannot get where I need to get going on things. And this week alone, we've had two of my kiddos going to the ER. My oldest daughter for a medical complication. Everything's turned out fine. She is okay. The baby's okay. And that's what matters the most. My daughter Danya also had to go to the ER and have a migraine cocktail, which is a medication mix that is IV injected solution that you have to sit for over an hour to have it run through your system. She's doing better. We did take her to neurology and found out that she needed to have a medication switch, which my insurance is not paying for. So now I got a $20 copay a month on that, which is absolutely fine. That will be in my budget. And yes, we are behind on our April budget. I haven't even started it, y'all. But my daughter got a call last night from her boyfriend in Arkansas and found out that he was involved in a car hitting him and running and screwing up his car immensely. So a lot of stressors going on this week. Didn't do as well as I wanted to on a couple of days in my meal plan. We're going to talk about that here in a minute because I'm having a little bit of a problem with some of my WW points, and I'm not quite sure what to think about it because I do back it up with MyFitnessPal as well, and I'm realizing some of these points really aren't making sense because I'm not even getting a full calorie intake and I'm already over points. Like, I'm not even hitting very high. And so we'll talk about that here in a minute, but I know y'all here for the check-in. I've got my 100 pounds down challenge going where I want to lose 100 pounds by my birthday. Now, supposed to start this on January 1st of 2024, and I am hella late, y'all. I'm like hella late. So with that being said, I didn't start until March 18th. March 18th, I weighed in my highest weight I have ever weighed in my entire life. I'm 47 years old. I hit menopause in September of 2023, and you know, it's been a struggle even before hitting menopause of me not being able to lose weight very easily. As you get older, your hormones shift, things of that nature. Now adding on menopause to everything else. Y'all, it was a struggle to try to get this figured out a little bit more. Now, we'll talk about my meal plan, my intermittent fasting cycles, and things of that nature. The thumbnail that you see for my video is actually my grandson and I, because we went out to eat this week. Unexpected. I did not plan it. My daughter did. So that thumbnail is my grandson Adonis, who is going to be 5 in June. Y'all like, oh my gosh, he's going to be 5. And we just had one heck of a night. It was an amazing night. We just laughed and giggled in the full bed. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. I know what you guys are here for. As myself, as I mentioned before, I look at videos and I'm like, okay, how much weight did this person lose? Because I want to know your calorie in, calorie out. I want to know numbers, y'all. I am huge with numbers. I love math. It's like my second favorite subject besides science when it comes to schooling and things of that nature. Math works for me. I love data. I love data sheets. I like anything that works with numbers. So numbers is where it's at for us. And in my videos, you will always see my numbers because that's important to me. So, okay, let's break it down. March 18th is when I started. I was supposed to start on January 1st. Wah, 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 wah. It didn't happen. March 18th, weighed in at my highest weight at 220 pounds. Now, I stand 5'2", and I do mean barely by 5'2", and that's probably with my shoes on because I never take my shoes off at the doctor's office. I got to weigh in. I take my shoes off. But when it comes to measuring my height, nope, I got to put those shoes back on. So I'm probably closer to 5'1.5" or 5'1 3/4", but that's okay. We're going to just say, for my numbers purposes, I'm 5'2", because that's what I want to be. All right, y'all. So March 18th, 220 pounds. Holy hell. I was not happy with that number. All right. Then I jumped into the Health and More 2024 with the rest of the ladies in this collab. You will find them listed down below. Now, I do need to add an extra lady in. I apologize. I'll go back and add her back in tomorrow. But it's really late tonight, and I apologize for that as well. We just had too much going on, and I could not get to this till then. I was babysitting. So, with that being said, once I jumped into this collab, in the week of March 18th, so it was 18, 19, 20, 20, March 21, I think it was 22, I think was my first video. I started to lose weight. I went from 220 to 218 in a week. Last week you saw me go in and I dropped even more weight, y'all. Like, oh, I'm excited. I dropped 5 pounds last week. Now, that is not a normal situation for me. Not by any means at all. So already I've gone from 220, I think I was down to like 215, 14, 213. 213, y'all. 213 I checked in at. All right, so I weighed in again today, this morning, early this morning. I weighed in at about 4:30 in the morning. I am down to 210 pounds, which means I've lost 3 pounds this week. This is not going to be a running trend, I don't think. That's a lot of weight to lose in a week. 1 to 2 pounds, even 2 pounds is kind of hard to lose for a lot of us. But 1 pound, I think I'd be happy with. But losing 3, I'm super excited about. So this is my pounds down challenge that my son and I created, and I really like this. Now, because of all the situation going on, I wasn't able to change out my scale setup yet. Not really too happy still with the scale setup because the BMI above each scale is a little too small for me. My son created this on the fly, but I'm okay with that. It just goes and shows you that how much I weigh on a weekly basis. Now, I will be changing this over in May. And I think last time I said April. I apologize. I meant May. That I will have all 31 scales listed for May, because there's 31 days. So you'll see each day as I write in the numbers here, I'm doing it by the days. But right now, I'm doing it by the week because I just don't have the time. So starting in May, each scale will have a different number on, and it'll represent day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and consistently all the way down, there'll be 31 scales. The BMI is above it, which is body mass index. I am down, y'all. I am out of the 39s. I started, I believe I was at, y'all, I can't see that number because I can't see the page. I want to say it was 41.2, I believe, is what my BMI was starting out. My BMI now, I believe, oh my gosh, my kids are not up, so I can't tell you. Maybe I can, let me think. I believe it's 38.4. Don't get me quoted on it. Y'all can read up in this area. I can't see, y'all know I'm blind. But I started at over 40 on my BMI. And even last week, I was at 39 point whatever. I am down into the 38 BMIs. So I'm super duper happy about that. You also see my weight on the scale there at 210 pounds for this week. It is April 6th, just in case you guys want to know. Alright, so here's another sheet for you. Step counter, y'all. Step counter. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. It's the step counter. Alright, so I have 2 treadmills in my house. I have one that doesn't currently work because something's wrong with the incline. My kids were playing around with it. Got it stuck in the highest incline possible, which is a 12. Won't come down. So I think it's something to do with the motherboard. I might have to replace that. It's a little bit on the expensive side. But I got somebody that could possibly do it. I just will have to buy the parts net for it. But I do also have a walking pad. So here we go. I told you I would start walking on March 31st. Now I mentioned this on March 30th on my last check-in that I still wasn't walking. So look at those numbers, y'all. March 31st all the way to April 6th. We're talking just over 80,000 steps in a week. That is an average of over 10,000 steps per day. Now, you'll see I'm increasing my steps, and here's what I'm doing. I'm breaking it down into 3 sessions. Morning, noon, night. So, for example, let's just say that I was going to walk 10,000 steps a day. That's 3,333 steps in the morning, 3,333 steps in the afternoon, 3,300 and I believe it's 34 steps at night. Walking a consistent long distance right now for me is not good. I've had to rehab my meniscus twice that I've torn in my knee 2 different occasions. Running is no longer a part of my life. I lost my vision and because of the torn meniscus. So walking is where it's at, and I'm happy with that. I used to be a long distance runner, so those days are through. You got to understand, when you are out pounding the pavement on a street and running, you're tearing up your knees, y'all, because the weight that you're running at, the surface that you're running on, all has an impact on your knees. And I used to be very, very much in shape with no issues, no health concerns, and I pretty much tore up my knees running. So walking is a much healthier activity, at least for me. So I told y'all you'll be seeing this now. Like I said, too many things went on this week. Did not have the energy, I'll be real honest, to get up and even work on making new sheets. We're going to keep this sheet for right now, but I have another sheet that I do need to bring on board that's a little bit better designed for how I want it set up. But there you go. 80,000 plus steps for the week of March 31st to April 6th. Woohoo! All right. Here's my controversial setup here, y'all. This one's kind of funny. This is the one that I showed you before. It's called losertown.com. Now, I think I said it was an app. Let's go back and correct myself. This is not an app. I think I said that in the last video. This is a website. So, with that being said, this is a website, and I wanted to see if I was going to stay on track. I was very highly doubting that I would. It told me that by certain days, I should weigh certain amounts if I'm on track with what this consistency is. Now, I don't put any weight and or measurement into this because I did this for fun. I did this for numbers. I did this because I'm a geek with math. I love it. I breathe math. It's just fun for me. So, with that, I wanted to see if I was on track. And it said by this week that I should be down to, I believe it's 206 pounds. No, I'm sorry, 211 pounds. 211. It's April 6th. I'm sorry, April 6th, 211 pounds. I was like, you know what? Let's check it out. I told you last week, let's just see what happens. Let's see if I'm at that goal. So, went ahead, step on the scale. I not only met my goal to be at this weight, I'm a pound lighter. I was supposed to be 211. I'm 210. So, hip hip hooray for that. So far, so good. Is this going to continue to be in the manner that it is? I don't know. We shall see. We'll just keep plugging away at it and seeing if it does anything for me. If I reach it, yes, great. If I'm off track, okay. It's one or two things. I need to reel in and see what the heck is going on. Or I need to adjust some things, or maybe this chart isn't as accurate as I thought it was. So we'll just keep an eye on it and see if I'm going to meet my goal for next week, according to this chart, which I believe, don't quote me yet, y'all, because I don't know. I have to memorize everything. I believe it is, I want to say it's 209. So if I'm wrong, just catch me on it. You can see the numbers. You can see things that I can't see. And just for your purposes, in case it's not up close enough, you got the date. You got the weight that you should be for that date. You got, I believe it's the calories burned, and you got the calorie deficit. Those are the numbers across the chart. So, I believe, I want to say it's 209. So that means I only need to lose 1 pound, I believe, to get to next week's goal, if that's the case. So, that is what we have. Let's talk about my meal plan. Let's talk about what's going on with WW as I get my mason jar here, and apologize for the second time. Whoops, I'm going to hit my camera. Apologies. Apologize for the second week in a row because I told y'all I wasn't going to bed till that sticker was made. Well, there became an issue with the silhouette. Murphy's Law has moved into my house multiple times this week and last week, so it is what it is. We're going to have to reset something on the silhouette. It's just acting the fool. The printer is acting the fool. It's just, it is what it is. So, yes. I told you last week I wasn't going to bed until the sticker was on here. Then I get a call from my daughter downstairs, and she's like, Mom, my printer is acting up. My silhouette, well, my silhouette, not hers, mine, is acting up. And I just can't do it tonight. I'm exhausted. I was like, oh, crap. Okay. Well, then the two kids went to the ER, herself and my other daughter. And then crap just kept hitting the wall. So I'm not going to stress out over it. Please don't stress out over a sticker. We'll get it when we get it. I'm not going to keep making promises if I can't keep them because crap's hitting the wall right now. So far, I have lost 7 pounds. But here's my bag. Adding 3 more marbles into this means I've lost a total of 10 pounds now. Hold your ears. Turn your volume down. I'm not trying to make it loud. I'm trying to make it as quiet as possible. This represents 10 pounds down. 100 pounds to go in total. 10 pounds down means I have 90 pounds to go. Am I going to make it by December 29th, 1976. That's my year I was born. No, I'm not going to make it by then. I was born in 76. Am I going to make it by December 29th, 2024? Don't know. We shall see. Let's see if 90 more marbles can go into this jar by my birthday. I like doing this as a representation for you all, not so much for me, because I can't see. But it is what it is. Now, let's talk about my meal plan real quick. All right, I'm just going to sit here, close your eyes, act like I'm doing something that I'm not doing because I'm not doing anything. That way you just don't have to stare at a black notebook. But meal planning, all right? Meal planning for me. It's intermittent fasting. My dog is snoring in the background. That is Jaya. She's out cold. Actually, I think I got a glare on the screen, so let's just open this up. Let you stare at a page just because you can, right? Because the glare is there, so I apologize. It's going to be a short video, y'all. All right, so anyways, meal plan for me. WW is a little bit of a trick for me. For example, I went out to Five Guys with my grandson because my daughter wanted to take me out. I've never eaten at the restaurant. It's up on Nolan Road. It's only a couple of roads over from me. It's not that far. It's a couple miles from my house. And I live just outside the skirts of Kansas City, Missouri. I live in Independence, but I'm literally, if you go up my street, just 2 blocks, I'm in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm like right there on the line, between Kansas City, Missouri and Independence. So, anyway, she took me to Five Guys. And, oh, Lord, Gia. How, y'all, if you could hear her snore. I get told you guys can't hear her, but she is loud over here. She's on my bed. She's passed out. Anyways, she took me up to Five Guys. And I got a small burger with tomato, lettuce, onion, pickle, and mustard. A small fry, y'all, was shared between me and my daughter and my grandson because I honestly only ate like 3 fries and I was done. The small burger, y'all, it's not even big. It's not even big, but it's real meat, but it's not big. It's not the fake meat or anything like that. Cost me I think it was 26 points. I get 23 points today. So I'm like, this doesn't sound right. That's not enough food to say I'm over my limit for WW. No, yeah, we get week points. We get our daily points, and we get like a whole week points that we can kind of use if we go over and things of that nature. So I went to MyFitnessPal, looked it up. Y'all, 550 calories. I was going to say dollars. Holy crap. Y'all, it's been a hard week. I'm not even going to redo this video. I'm done. Okay, I'm just done and over this. I'm going to make mistakes. It's just what it is. 550 calories for this burger. And that went over my WW points. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're telling me I can eat a daily intake of 1 small Five Guys burger. Y'all, it didn't even have cheese on it, okay? And that was more than my daily points. So that means 550 calories for the day and I'm supposed to be done. That is not even a normal 1,200 calorie intake, which is what I put myself on, is 1,200 calories. So be very, very careful. It's not a healthy choice. I get that. I understand that. But my daughter took me out as a treat, and I wasn't going to turn it down. And my grandson was super excited, and he just wanted to show me around Five Guys as he's trying to. He knows I can't see, y'all. He guides me everywhere. And it was ridiculous that I came home and saw that WW said that that's all I could have. I don't know. Maybe it's a saturated fat. Maybe it's the grease. Maybe it's whatever it is. Maybe it's because it's got a bun, whatever. But to tell me that I'm over budget with points with a calorie intake of 550 is mind-blowing. So I do back everything up on MyFitnessPal. And if I think I need to eat more, I will go over the points. Because I'm getting I need to get at least 1,200 calories per day. That day I didn't. That's all I ate that day. That and 2 fries. Which I didn't even count the fries because I can't even count 2 Five Guys fries and be done. They were the Cajun fries. So it was a really good meal. I was super excited to try it. Yes, I had a Diet Dr. Pepper, which was 0 points. But it was what it was. And I was just like, wow, that's mind-blowing. So please back it up with another app like MyFitnessPal. I have MyFitnessPal for free to make sure that you are at least getting your daily caloric intake. Because I wasn't, apparently, at that. Now, my meals consist of eating basically from noon to 4, which means I have a 20-hour fasting window. That is a drastic, extreme fasting window. It means I eat from 12 o'clock noon to 4 o'clock in the afternoon and shut down until 12 o'clock the next afternoon of the next day. It seems to be working for me, so I'm working on it. I'm keeping the schedule. If I go a little bit outside the bounds of the schedule, and say, I ate a little earlier or I ate a little bit later, then I'll adjust the times. If I decide I am starving and it's 10 o'clock, then I'll eat at 10, but then I'll stop at 2. So I'll still have a 4-hour fasting window, and I'll still have a 4-hour eating window and a 20-hour fasting window. But the bottom line is, I'm fasting most of the day. Now, normally, it's an 8 and 16. You eat 8 hours, you fast for 16. Most people, from what I heard, there's different fasting windows. You can do whatever you want in that period of any time of fasting. But what I most commonly found is a lot of people eat at noon and stop at 8 o'clock at night. Why am I doing a 20-hour fasting and a 4-hour feed? Because that's what works for me. I don't get hungry hardly ever until right about noon. Noon to 2 is my time to be like, I'm starving, I want to eat, I'm going to eat, that's the way it is. By 4 o'clock, I've already tapered off, and I'm usually not even done, or I'm usually way done beforehand. I'm usually done by 3, so really, I should say I have a 21 fasting window and a 3-hour eating window. But sometimes I'll middle along and, eat outside the window a little bit. But it doesn't matter. It just goes to show that this is working for me. Now, I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a physician. I'm not a coach. I'm not any of this stuff. What works for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. All of our body types are different. Our metabolism is different. Our hormones are different. If you're taking medication, that can affect it. If you're not exercising enough, that can affect it. If you're not eating right, that can affect you. Anything can affect you. Anything that you're doing or not doing can affect you. So don't take my results and say if you don't reach the same results, then something's wrong with the way you're doing things, because it may not be. It may not be at all. But walking more is helping. Eating within a 4-hour window and fasting for 20 is helping. I'm still having a soda a day. I don't care what WW says about it. I'm going to still have my soda a day regardless. It's keeping the migraines away, which is odd. Unhealthily odd, but it's odd. And I'm doing what works for me. So, again, I'm sorry to cut this as a short video. I'm not feeling the best right now. I've got a lot of things going on. I'm kind of like under the weather a little bit. I think it's because of sinuses and allergies. We got a lot of issues going on that we need to take care of pretty quickly with the kids not feeling well. Me not feeling well now. I mean, the ER visits was just a sideline thing that had to be taken care of. But Danya's on new medication for her migraines, and hopefully that will work for her. And this is what we have for you this week. Now, sneak peek coming up here in some weeks to come. You will be getting a different type of video from me. It will still be the Health and More in 2024. But I won't be in the United States, y'all. I'm going to be somewhere else. And you're going to meet someone else. Someone you've never seen on camera. I'm going to Tunisia. I am. And you guys will be seeing my husband on screen. Yes, you will be. So, Big surprise coming up. Sneak peek. Yes, I ruined it. I ruined it. I told you guys. I wasn't going to tell you, and I thought, you know what? Just go ahead. Just spill the beans. So I'm already scheduled to go. I'm not telling you guys when I'm going to go or anything like that. When the video comes out, you'll know I was there. And you're gonna see me doing the Health and More in 2024, but you're gonna see it from Tunisia. So, yay! Okay, y'all. So that's what we have for you today. Again, I'm sorry that I'm cutting this short. I'm a numbers person. This is how I want to set things up. This is what works for me. Budgeting is still on the sidelines right now, and it's because I just can't get that consistency down. I have struggled all this year with it. I struggled all last year with it. When things at the house hit the fan, or I am super duper exhausted because I do have chronic fatigue syndrome, it causes a problem, y'all. I want to sleep in bed for 22 hours a day, and I can't do that. I got 3 teenagers, I got to live life. So, and I got a lot going on. Got steps to put in. I got things to do. But with that being said, the way that I do things has a lot of statistics, a lot of math in it. It's simple math, y'all. It's minus adding and subtracting my weights and things of that nature, writing down numbers, calculating data. It's just how I like to do things. And I know a lot of people here on the internet love to see people's numbers. It's like, that's what works for them. A lot of people like to see what I eat in a day. And I'll probably start that more in like maybe May or June. I'll start showing you some of what I eat in a day. Hell, I might even sit down with you and just kind of put on a live and eat with y'all and just chit chat about my health and my goals and things of that nature. But my goal is to get down to 120 pounds, hopefully by my birthday, my 48th birthday in December. We shall see. We're going to take it one step at a time. If I don't reach the goal by then, hopefully I'm very close to that goal. And we'll just kind of keep working our way down. So I have all the other ladies linked down below in the description box. Again, I have to add one additional lady. I will try to get that done tomorrow. I apologize because she just jumped on board and I just found out a little late because I've been so busy this week with things that have been going on. But I'm still here. I'm still counting in as my accountability piece and still making progress. So if you got any questions, comments, concerns, and or suggestions, please let me know in the comment section down below. And hopefully I can get this April budget up and going before I leave for Tunisia, because otherwise you're going to catch me on the fly on that one too. So we'll catch you in next week's video. I'm still running on Saturdays as it stands, unless further actions come down the line and say I have to move to a new day, because I'm always flexible. But I like Saturdays. I think Saturdays are great. I just got to learn to get you guys a video out a little bit earlier. So y'all have a great night. We'll catch you in the next video. Until then, Without Limits is out.